chapters 38 and 39 of Job. Then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind and said, Who is this that darkens counsel by words without knowledge? Gird up now your loins like a man, for I'll demand of you, and answer thou me. Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare it, if you have understanding. Who hath laid the measures thereof, if you know, or who hath stretched the line upon it? Whereupon are the foundations thereof fastened? Who laid the cornerstone thereof? When the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy, or who shut up the sea with doors when it broke forth, as if it had issued out of the womb? When I made the cloud the garment thereof, and thick darkness a swaddling band for it, and broke up for it my decreed place, and set bars and doors, and said, Hitherto shalt thou come, but no further, and here shall thy proud waves be stayed. Have you commanded the morning since thy days, and caused the dayspring to know his place, that it might take hold of the ends of the earth, that the wicked might be shaken out of it? It is turned as clay to the seal, and they stand as a garment. And from the wicked their light is withheld, and the high arms shall be broken. Have you entered into the springs of the sea, or have you walked in the search of the depth? Have the gates of death been opened unto you? Or have you seen the doors of the shadow of death? Have you perceived the breadth of the earth? Declare, if thou knowest all. Where is the way where light dwells? And as for darkness, where is the place thereof? That you should take it to the bound thereof, and that you should know the pass to the house thereof. Knowest thou it because thou wast then born? Or because the number of thy days is great? Have you entered into the treasures of the snow, or have you seen the treasures of the hail, which I have reserved against the time of trouble, against the day of battle and war? By what way is the light parted, which scatters the east wind upon the earth? Who has divided a water course for the overflowing of waters, or a way for the lightning of thunder, to cause it to rain on the earth where no man is, on the wilderness where there is no man, to satisfy the desolate and waste ground, and to cause the bud of the tender herb to spring forth? Has the rain a father, or who has begotten the drops of dew? Out of whose womb came the ice, and the hoary frost of heaven? Who has gendered it? The waters are hid, as with a stone, and the face of the deep is frozen. Can you bind the sweet influences of Pleiades, or loose the bands of Orion? Can you bring forth Mazzaroth in his season, or can you guide Arcturus with his sons? Do you know the ordinances of heaven? Can you set the dominion thereof in the earth? Can you lift up the voice to the clouds, that abundance of waters may cover thee? Can you send lightnings that they may go and say unto thee, Here we are? Who has put wisdom in the inward parts, or who has given understanding to the heart? Who can number the clouds in wisdom, or who can stay the bottles of heaven, when the dust grows into hardness and the clods cleave fast together? Will you hunt the prey for the lion, or fill the appetite of the young lions, when they couch in their dens, and abide in the covert to lie in wait? Who provided for the raven his food, when his young ones cry unto God, they wander for lack of meat? Chapter 39. Do you know the time when the wild goats of the rock bring forth, or can you mark when the hinds do calve? Can you number the months that they fulfill, or know the time when they bring forth? They bow themselves, they bring forth their young ones, they cast out their sorrows. Their young ones are in good liking, they grow up with corn, they go forth, and return not unto them. Who has sent out the wild ass free, or who has loosed the bands of the wild ass? Whose house I have made, the wilderness, and the barren land his dwellings. He scorns the multitude of the city, neither regards he the crying of the driver. The range of the mountains is his pasture, and he searches after every green thing. Will the unicorn be willing to serve thee, or abide by your crib? Can you bind the unicorn with his band and the furrow, or will he harrow the valleys after you? Will you trust him because his strength is great? Or will you leave your labor to him? Will you believe him that he will bring home your seed and gather it into the barn? Did you give the goodly wings unto the peacocks, or wings and feathers unto the ostrich, which leave her eggs in the earth and warms them in the dust, and forgets that the foot may crush them, or that the wild beast may break them? She's hardened against her young ones, as though they were not hers. Her labor's in vain without fear. Because God has deprived her of wisdom, neither has he imparted to her understanding. What time she lifts up herself on high, she scorns the horse and his rider. Have you given the horse strength? Have you clothed his neck with thunder? Can you make him afraid as a grasshopper? The glory of his nostrils is terrible. He paws in the valley, and he rejoices in his strength. He goes on to meet the armed men. He mocks at fear, and is not affrighted, neither turns he back from the sword. The quiver rattles against him, the glittering spear and the shield. He swallows the ground with fierceness and rage, neither believes he that it is the sound of the trumpet. He says among the trumpets, Ha ha, and he smells the battle afar off, the thunder of the captains and the shouting. Does the hawk fly by the wisdom and stretch her wings towards the south? Does the eagle mount up at your command and make her nest on high? She dwells and abides on the rock, upon the crag of the rock, and the strong place. From thence she seeks the prey, and her eyes behold afar off. Her young ones also suck up blood, and where the slain are, there is she. Stay tuned for chapters 40 and 41.